The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk-adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to StrugglingArtistRecordClub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today.
Hey, this is Trev from the Drowns, and if you still believe in rock and roll, then keep the dial set here at the Struggling Artist Podcast.
You're listening to the Struggling Artist Podcast.
People need to be entertained. They need the distraction.
With your host, Trev Allen.
I wish to God that somebody would do something to block out the voices in my head for 5 minutes.
Struggling Artist Turntable for July of 2026. I am your host, Trev Allen. With me, as always, Jeff Bousquet. Hi, Jeff. And Chris Chavez.
What's up?
The king of Buffalo, Chris Chavez.
King. I wouldn't say that.
Buffalo's finest. No.
That's it. That's it.
Say that at all.
The finest curator of Buffalo music.
I've been in hiding, bro. I've not been on the scene since
the pride of Buffalo. That's what I meant to say.
The beginning of the year.
Pride of Buffalo. Buffalo pride.
The pride of Buffalo.
That's it. The dawn of the Bills Mafia.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Hi, guys. What's up?
How are we?
How are we?
We are.
We are. We're still here.
Woke up again. Not stoked about it.
Yeah. Jeff, your hat is like a really cool Rhode Island logo hat.
No, my hat is the venerable Lost Love of Montreal's logo, designed by my pal Val Trainer of Rainy Day Renegade, which I thought I'd wear for tonight's episode to fit in with our theme of travel by sea.
There you go. Val is awesome. It was great.
Yo, that is dope.
That is dope.
Is that available online?
So I think actually I have to say the disclaimer that I don't know that Val designed the design. I think Val just made the hats.
It's still a dope hat.
But I believe she told me she made the hats, but it was their design. I'm not sure, but it is a dope hat. And I believe they are available. I don't know. They were available at their merch table, so you got to go check and see if they have them online. I'm not sure.
Jeff, you are looking tan.
Thanks. I haven't spent any time outside.
Really? Oh, I thought I saw some shots of you
just
outside.
Just like one day last week, but I am Italian, you know.
I miss my tan. I am an Italian tanner myself, and like working on the beach, I was so tan, and I look like a pasty freaking ghost. My skin's like translucent at this point. I gotta get outside more. I've been going outside more. I broke out my bicycle the other day, realized I needed to raise the handlebars and lower the seat, so I'm waiting for some parts to come in to do that. And I hadn't ridden a bike in 25 years, and I rode it around my yard, and I did okay. I didn't fall. Tula was running after me. It was cool.
I just got a bike. I just got a bike gifted to me from my old boss. My former boss just gave me a bike he had for free that he was getting rid of, and I just took it to the bike shop today and left it there for them to do a tune-up.
I would have did that for you.
But yeah, no, it's okay. It's like it's not too far away. There's a nice bike shop. I got to get a helmet too, but I'm excited too. I haven't ridden a bike since I was high school or something.
Jeff, we should go bike ride. We should go.
Well, I got this mainly to go to the train and like to bike down to the train station and then to the beach, which is 2 blocks away. So
hell yeah.
That's all I need it for, you know.
Let's go bike riding and we can go bar hopping with our bicycles.
Have done that before and can confirm it. It's a good time.
Chris, you should come with us.
Nice. Yeah.
When you come to visit, Chris.
I'll ride a bike from here over. Let me see how long that'll take.
Ride a bike down from Buffalo, man.
Nice.
Did like a nice like 2-day trip. If you're really fun.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. Yeah. So this is the Struggling Artist Turntable, not bicycle talk. But yeah, we should ride bikes. Yeah, what we're doing is each and every month we get together with a local pick and then a random, well, not random. We pick an X factor off of, we all pick one and then we throw it to a poll and listeners vote. Well, maybe not listeners, but people on Instagram vote. And this month we got, I think it was a total of 1 vote. And, yeah. And the winner was by sea, right? I said, how are we traveling this month? By land, by air, or by sea? And by sea won. And I don't remember which one of us picked that. So I think Jeff might have, but
I really don't remember, to be honest.
It was Chris. I think it was Chris. And then I said, what if it was like trains, planes, and automobiles? What if we did?
Yeah. And then we decided to go air, ground, and water or something.
Yeah.
Air, land, and sea.
And by the way, Jeff's right. 2 days by bicycle from Buffalo.
2 days.
I was dead on. That must be like if you don't stop.
1 day, 20 hours. Yeah,
it's gonna be like
for
it's
sure.
gonna be like a week if you actually did it.
I worked with a guy who, when he got out of the Navy, he rode a bicycle from Washington State back to Massachusetts, and he said it was a lot different in the early '80s because people would he would just he'd knock on a random person's door and say, "Hi, I just got out of the Navy and I'm riding a bicycle back home.
Yeah.
Can I sleep in your yard?"
Yep.
And they were like,
I was just gonna say camp on their lawn or like whatever. People didn't care. Yeah.
A lot of times people would be like, I got an extra bed, or you could sleep on the couch.
Yeah, nowadays
I'm sure it was a lot more hospitable. So, for sure.
That's the fucking.
But I've seen a few people doing that cross country biking trips to raise money for charity and all that kind of stuff.
But yeah, so this month is by sea, right? So anything to do with the water, boats,
the sea,
sea. I almost had one that had a music video with like a river, or maybe it was a bay. They showed like a bay in the music video, but I was like, I'm gonna not do that. So, I brought a pick. Hey, we've got. We've got a return of a genre this month, which is pretty cool. So we'll talk about that when we get to the X Factor. But yeah, so that's what we do. This drops on the first Friday of every month. And usually, it used to be that Bandcamp had every Friday. I don't think their next one's till August of Bandcamp Friday, but hey, whatever. It started now it's just a monthly thing that we do, right? We took it over, and we want you to go support local artists by going to purchase their music through Bandcamp, through their websites, wherever you can buy an album, I guess, nowadays, like a digital, or even if you want to buy a physical, that's even better, right? They're gonna get a little more profit that way. So, yeah,
one
you're never gonna hear.
Is worth like 3 years worth of streaming is the metric I saw today for the average band. If you buy something of theirs directly through Bandcamp or at their merch table or wherever you can get it, it helps so much more than is the best way to support it. Yeah.
Speaking of, I want to take a moment real quick to thank everybody for the outpouring support of my little album release, Disconnect. It was awesome. Everyone showed up. Everyone, people bought it. People shared it. And that, people hit me up to tell me what their favorite track was, to tell me like how relatable some of it was, to make sure I was okay.
Yeah. But that's good though. That's good, man.
Yeah. And like, that's all. Look, to have someone tell me they related to something that I wrote is to me is like the biggest compliment ever. And I can't thank everybody enough. Like when I talk about this podcast, I talk about the community aspect of what we do and what we're part of and what we're trying to do. Like you guys all showed up, and I can't thank you enough. Like, appreciate everybody for helping out and picking that up and everything. So, yeah. And I got to see how Bandcamp really works with like what you make as opposed to what
back
you get.
end. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't very fun, but that's all right. Hey, it could have been worse, right?
Well, thanks for gracing us all with a dope record. So.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes next with that and with other things I have, right? I still have the second half of this, which is called Home, that I got to get out. So, but yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for that, and much appreciated. So, but let's real quick before we take our first break, shows. What have we gone to for Jeff? Jeff, let's talk about the Ocelot Records reunion, 10-year reunion show. That was absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was a great night. The Ocelot, it was like an Ocelot Records 10-year anniversary, I guess, show. I'm featuring DCDR, The Digs, A Minor Revolution, and The Humanity. And The Hideout. It was a long day. It was a long night. A lot of bands. It was fun. I only cried a little bit during the Diggs' set. They were probably one of my all-time favorite bands in Boston.
They were so good
for
too.
the handful of years that they were active. I spent an awful lot of time with those guys. Steve, through our friendship, brought me along to do a lot of touring with them. I recorded a handful of tracks for them, tracked some stuff that they then had mixed at Chill House and then, or had mastered at Chill House. I tracked and mixed some stuff for them. We did some stuff at my apartment. We did stuff in their demos in their practice space. I traveled up to Canada with them, down to Jersey, a couple of short run tours. It was just a time in my life where I had pretty solid relationships with all those people. So it was really fun to see them again. For me, that was definitely the highlight of the night, even though it was the first band that kicked off the night. But the Diggs and A Minor Revolution together, they toured together several times. And I also spent a lot of time on the road with AMR. So it was, for me, quite an emotional night. I had a really good time. And it was great to see a handful of friends and people that I had not seen in years. Jeff came up from New York from the Diggs, and Andrew came up from Nashville. He lives down there now, so it was really fun.
It was a very special night. I was very grateful to be part of that.
For a good cause.
Yeah, I was grateful to be part of that. I was grateful that Steve had asked me to help, like with the interviews, and I would have did it regardless. And it was so much fun. Doing all the interviews with all these bands and getting to know them and getting to see that other side of it, like when a band's no longer, you know what I mean? Like what comes next. And some did other bands, some decided they wanted to be session musicians instead. They didn't want to be in a touring band anymore. And some are just like they're writing still, and they even though they don't have a project. Right. So it was really cool to see that. It was really cool to see them all get together and to see the love in the room. That place was packed for that. And I was, it was a really cool experience for me. I remember, Jeff, you came up to me and you're like, yeah, I know, I'm having a moment. I was like, you're good. That was awesome. It was the whole night, like the whole night. And my buddies from Rhode Island came up, my buddies from back home. Shout out to Beppo, Greg, and Russ for coming out for it, right? Because they ended up. I mean, we went home. They left. Like they went back home. Like that was a long day for them. But they were blown away by all these bands, and they couldn't believe like that. One, like they couldn't believe that Jeff from the Diggs, like he hadn't been doing anything until now, and like how he had like just the performance and how that band didn't practice together because they were all over the country, right? Until the day of the show. So
they practiced remotely, but they I mean, I think Jeff is always one of my all-time favorite songwriters. Jeff Demas and C.E. Skidmore, really, to me, I think are two of the most brilliant songwriters in Boston. In very different ways, different styles, and I always admired both of their ability to craft lyrics and music. Jeff's a phenomenal, just brilliant. He's like got a doctorate in his field. He like works in the science laboratory microscope building field. He's like super smart and always just like I just loved the way he wrote music. It's just very like classic rock, American rock and roll influenced punk rock type stuff, and it's just like really fun. So yeah, I always just respected that band a lot, and they did it well. It was kind of perfect punk and roll to me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So.
And like I want to say this too, like DCDR, the crowd was chanting like a sports chant for DCDR, and it was awesome. It was just a cool night. It was just a great night. Great all together, just a great time. And since the last time we recorded, like I think we saw Micah and Vanessa came through, right? That was from, yeah. I mean, there's been so many awesome shows. I missed a bunch for various reasons. Either I had to be somewhere else or like I just didn't know about it, right? So like there's so much going on right now this summer, and like I'm fucking all about it. I'm all for it.
If you think you saw me having a moment during that show, you're going to see me bawling my face off when the old Edison plays at Faces next month.
You might see me bawling my face off.
It's gonna be quite a night. So I'm already really excited for a few more shows to come this summer. So
yeah, me too. And some later in the summer that we'll talk about next month, right? So, Chris, you went to a show recently. Tell me about it. You went to a couple. You went to like a music festival too, right?
Oh yeah, that wasn't anything really. Just a little, one of the little towns around here had a bunch of music playing, so went and saw some stuff. And then, I went and saw Dark Star Orchestra, Grateful Dead tribute band. Nothing like, I mean, otherwise I haven't really done much. I haven't gone to any shows. Like I said, man, like I've been kind of out of the scene for a while. I haven't really been out there going to shows or seeing anything. So trying to get myself back into it. I'll get there.
Yeah. You'll get.
You've been through a lot this past year, so I mean, don't beat up on yourself too much,
right,
man.
Exactly.
I was just thinking as I'm listening to you guys talk, and I'm like, God dang, dude, I really haven't like done anything or been to any of the local shows in a while. And I'm looking at the date, June 23rd. I'm like, wow, we're like past halfway through the year, and I've barely done anything. It's crazy.
Yeah, you've had to deal with stuff though, so
still.
But
yeah,
we'll get you out here. You come back out here. You came out here for the Ducky Boys, dude.
I know, but
that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a good time. Wearing my Ducky Boys shirt tonight.
Hell yeah. So, all right, let's take a quick. I got my Michael Caine in the morning out. We all have like band apparel on right now.
I always have band apparel on.
Yeah, that's true. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have our local picks for this month. What's a good boat exit here? Come on, give me something. Oh gosh.
When we return, we'll drop anchor.
Oh, I love it. All right, we'll see you in one. I don't know. We'll be right back. And we're back with our local picks for July of 2026. Jesus, I said May. I'm so far behind. I don't know who's going to kick this off. I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to kick off this one because I had picked two singles, and I apologize for that. But they're so good. Like I just felt like we needed to have them both, right? So, yeah, so hailing out of Salem, Massachusetts, I think it's Salem. They're out of Salem, Massachusetts. We have the Farewell Drugs with I Want It All in Hooker Street. Talk about like straight up punk rock with that roll tinge. You know what I mean? These guys are awesome. I don't know Ian that well. I've seen him in another band that he was in, but like I know Jesse, the drummer, Jesse Von Kenmore. He's the drummer, and Andrew Moriello's in this band. I don't know if he was in this band for these recordings or if he just joined, but he of Art Thieves in a slew of other bands, right? And like phenomenal songwriter there too. These guys got it, man. This is like just throwback to that dirty rock and roll that I love so much, and I had so much fun listening to this. So I was talking to Jesse about something. I think it was like about cars, and then I had said, "Hey, is the new band on Bandcamp yet?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he sent me the link, and like I was like, "This is my local pick for this month," you know. So yeah, I mean, just Boston punk rock, man, through and through. Dirty rock and roll music, can't go wrong, you know.
You know what, dude? I definitely hear punk, but when I started hearing the music kick in and that driving rock and roll sound, they may be from Salem, but they sound like they're playing on like in LA in the 80s. It literally reminds me of early GNR. It really does. Like,
yeah, this felt like dirty rock and roll.
Yes, this felt like Appetite for Destruction era GNR. Now it wasn't that high vocals, right? But like the driving, the guitars, that kind of chugging sound, that dirtiness in some of those lead guitar licks, and that like driving drumming, and it had the swagger of an attitude of the early GNR days. Like that was my first feeling. I was like, oh my God, this feels like Guns N' Roses. Like this is exactly what it sounds like to me. But in a great way, like not like, oh, these guys are trying to sound like Guns N' Roses. You know what I mean? Like it just brought back that flavor. Yeah, dude, I really enjoyed this a lot. This is cool. So this is a band made up of, what is this, like a super group?
I don't think so. I think they've all been in really good bands.
Or it's just you just were able to say
this
is
band, right? So. Yeah. This is like the new leading thing.
All right. Yeah.
Members
it's dope, dude. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the Marvels, the Acrobats, Razors in the Night.
Yep. Pure Impact,
and Diablo-Gato. Okay, yeah. So there's a bunch of people from a bunch of different bands that we know in this. I had not heard of this before you brought this along. It looks like, when did they put this out? It doesn't have a date at the bottom of where the copyright is.
It just came out
April 2025.
Last couple months, yeah.
And the other one came out in
2026.
May.
Sorry, my eyes are terrible. April and May. So they just put these out. So this is like a new endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's dope.
No, I loved this. I'm with Chris. I heard like American muscle car, motorcycle driven, like rock and roll in this, with like a punk tinge to it for sure, but definitely like that kind of like American gritty rock and roll sound. And I dig it. Perfectly timed for summer. This is like I said, classic muscle car, T-top convertible cruising music, and I had fun with this as well. I also love the design of their covers. I love the kind of punkabilly pink, orangey pink, like logo with the black and white photos and the leopard print or cheetah print or whatever you call that kind of background. They did a good job with the design on it. But this would hands down be a super fun show to see live. I feel like I picture exactly the crowd that would be at, like, Nicole Tamara would be right up front snapping pics for this. And so this is fun. This was a fun one. I dug it as well.
So Jesse and Ian they had a band prior to this called Speed Teeth, and I seen them play, and they were awesome. They ripped. I want to say they played the same night this band called Muscle Car played, which is kind of just, again, what we were just like, how this, like there was definitely
what they sound like.
Yeah, it was definitely a vibe to everything that was going on. So I'm excited to hear more. I'm a person who, like, I want a whole album of this just so I can sit down and listen to it all and really sink into it. You know what I mean? Like, so
yeah.
I'm excited for them. I'm excited. And it looks like Andrew, I don't think Andrew was on these two songs, but him joining the band is just a just that much better. It's gonna make it like so much like he's so talented too. So like you've got a whole roster of talent here. So I'm excited. I'm excited to what these guys are gonna do next. So yeah, for sure. Yeah. So let's bounce over to Buffalo.
Oh,
and then we
Buffalo.
and then we'll come back to the New England area with Jeff after that.
Cool. Yeah. All right. So my local pick, I think I brought this band to the show before in the past. I don't remember. The last album they put out was about 3 years ago. So I don't know how long we've been doing this, Trev, at least from the early days.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
3 years, dude. Like, I don't know.
It's been a long time.
Anyway, the band is called Auto Ignition. Their new album's called Against the World. It's just straight up post-hardcore emo. You know what I mean? And like sometimes, I don't know more. I've been finding myself gravitating. Did I say this on the last episode? Gravitating more towards the old school 2000s, like post-hardcore emo. Like I have a Spotify playlist that is just nothing but that. And I don't know, it brings me back to a certain time in my life where it was like things still weren't as complicated. You know what I mean? Things weren't as crazy, which is a crazy thing to say, right? That the 2000s weren't as crazy, but right, Trev? Like that's a crazy feeling.
Yeah. Compared to now.
Right. But yeah, so like I've been listening to that a lot more lately. And so when I was looking for stuff to bring to the show, I saw these guys put this new album out and I liked their stuff already. So I listened to it. I was like, oh yes, this just brings me back. This gives me that old school feel, right? The soaring vocals, the driving guitars, the melodies. I absolutely love this. So from beginning to end. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to bring this to the show, see what the guys think. So yeah, Auto Ignition.
Yeah, this was good. This was, you know what? It reminded me a lot of old Face to Face, which makes me need to grasp that Face to Face is like a poppier band with a lot of emo.
Pop, yeah.
yeah. But so like I was listening to this. I was doing my second listen earlier. And I started laughing because, like, I wish I had bangs to kind of like wave them out of my face while listening to this. You know, like it's like here, I'm gonna hold on. Let me see. I hope this works with the recording, but give me 1 second. I want to show you guys something. Like this is let's see. This is the guy who's listening to this stuff right here. Let me see. Let's see.
Is that you, Trev?
Yeah,
Trev, get out,
man.
bro.
Yeah,
Was that senior prom?
That's at a wedding. So
wow,
in 1997, I think. So
Trev with hair, bro.
Dude, I had long hair.
Long hair.
It was I had it bleached blonde before this, and my mom got upset. So she brought me to a guy who went to dye it back to brown, and it came out this like Joker orange. And I had to wear that for my father's wedding. Is this picture? Right?
They always make it worse.
Anyway, we'll get that off the screen.
So
but hey, if you're listening to the audio version of this, you're gonna have to go on YouTube and see that.
You have to.
Hey, that's the guy listening to this going like this. You know?
Yeah, me too. Same. Oh man, if I could match you with a picture of me in high school and the mop I had on my head, the fucking emo mop that covered like half, like one ear perfectly, one eye.
Yeah.
No, this reminded me immediately of bands from exactly that era, like Saves the Day and The Starting Line. Just like especially the vocal style. Absolutely, dude. Put me right back in 2003. It was like Saves the Day, Starting Line. It was like this style music put me in that mindset. And I really dug it.
Simpler
it was fun.
times.
It was fun. Again, love the cover on this. Love the photography and the colorway, that like orange and teal, and like the way that they did design the cover. It's a cool picture of their drummer. I'm assuming their drummer, but that like, again, it's not too much to say about it beyond that. Just that it does what it's intending to do. I think perfectly well. That sort of post-hardcore emo world of like 2000 to 2006 brought generously, maybe a little narrower than that, but and I also think I have to go back. I didn't, we ran late this month too, And so my listening through of everything was surface level. I didn't dig down too super deep, but they do have all their lyrics on here. And so I definitely want to go back and kind of take a deeper listen through, and really listen to kind of the subject matter. But, from what I heard, like, I really liked it. The buzzer beater tune stuck out to me, of kind of like what they're making that analogy or that metaphor for, of like the rat race of life. I don't know. I'm always a big lyrics guy. I always encourage bands to have their lyrics in their band camps and in their records and stuff. That's a nostalgia thing, and they did it here too. So kudos to them. But love this.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that picture.
I definitely did. I got to show you one of me, like, because you're gonna laugh at the hair. But
bring it for next month.
I
was like, you know what? When I was thinking about that earlier, I'm like, oh man. And I knew my cousin had just sent me that photo, so I'm like sending it to my email, putting it on the computer. This is popping up tonight, like so. Again, if you're only listening to this, you better go on YouTube and find the video. So you
check
can
out
see
the video
photo.
version for sure.
Oh, it's great.
I was just house sitting for my parents, and I was going through tons of old photos while I was down there. They got like hundreds in the basement, and I was just having a blast. Like for Father's Day, finding some like cool, funny ones of me and my dad. Like just so many old photos. But this my local that I brought this month, we have the band Today Junior. Which is a Boston-based band who I don't believe we've brought before. I have known about them for a while. I think I pretty started following them on Instagram a while back when I started following Cape Crush. They're friends with that whole crew that kind of, I think, North Shore based crew. But anyway, this is their single "Keep on Pushing Me." It just came out in June this month, or when you're hearing this, last month of this year. And again, like a song about the pressures of being alive right now. Really a song about the rat race and being in this fucking god awful timeline. Extremely relatable. They have a really cool kind of punk indie sound, a little surfy at times. They have the egg punk tag on there, Chris, which I thought was kind of cool.
I felt that flavor, dude. I felt the flavor.
The fuzzy garage, like the egg punk thing. Which prior to you bringing that topic 1 month, I hadn't ever heard of that genre. So I think it's cool whenever it pops up. I have a chuckle. But yeah, I'm dying to like finally catch a show where I get to see these guys live. They look like they're really fun. They just have a cool kind of fuzzy punk sound, and I dug it. So yeah.
I'm going to go and listen to more of their stuff. I need to hear more. And I don't mean that as a bad thing at all. It's a good thing. These guys have a very much like garage, indie, alt rock kind of sound. I'm into it. Again, just like with the Farewell Drugs, like I need more of this. Like I need like, so, and like, I don't know, for me, like, I think that's a compliment, like usually I know after one song if I'm going to dig something or not. And I want to hear more. Like I want to hear the whole thing. I want to hear the whole layout. I want to hear why. I want to hear the whole story. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go back and I'm going to check out the rest of their stuff. Probably hit them up, see if they want to come on the podcast at some point. Cause, I like their stuff, and I think that I think it would be it'd be cool for me to pick their brains about the direction of this sound they have. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to do. And Jeff, if you could have picked their pick from last year, or their song from last year as like this month's X Factor.
Coastlines, yeah. So. I was very adamant to find things that specifically were travel though, like boats sailing.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Submarines. We'll get to that. Nice. But yeah.
I didn't.
Great
go
cover
that
photo
far.
of them on the beach though, from that
Hell yeah.
record for sure, or from that single. Yeah.
Chris, do me a favor. Tell me, what is the name of that band again? The band your local. I don't know if I can pronounce Auto Ignition. Did I say that right?
Auto Ignition, yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at it and I was like, the way I see things, like when I'm looking at words and like numbers and shit, like because I'm dyslexic, like I was picking things out and I was like, whoa, wait a second, like how do I say that? But then I said it and I said, oh, that's it. So anyway,
I should mention also that the Today Junior, the drummer, that was the connection I skipped over, but the drummer from Today Junior is also Mike from Cape Crush, who's the drummer in Cape Crush as well.
Oh, that's nice. Why.
That's the connection.
That's
why I started following them, I believe.
Gotcha. Yeah. And that could be why you asked if we've had them on before, right? Because
Well, I ask that all the time anyway, because my brain is mush. But.
Start to lose what we brought. I know, dude. And I'm
a shitbag who never updated the database after we started.
It's all good, dude.
It's forever to make it. So
this album, dude. I mean, this song, dude. I totally dug it. Like, I'm looking forward to listen to the rest. It says here that the new album "Stranger Days" comes out later this year, and I want to hear the rest of the album. Yeah, because it's immediately you hear that kind of garagey fuzz punk, like egg punk, and I could hear the flavors of egg punk in there, and I was like, ooh. I was like, all right, what is this, right? But there are all these other kind of influences that are meshed in there as well. So it's not just straight up egg punk. But yeah, dude, this is really, really cool. It's a really cool band, and definitely a band I'd like to see live. It feels like they'd have a pretty good, like, high energy, show. But yeah, dude, definitely want to hear more.
I'm looking at, like, they have a pretty deep catalog. They're like,
yeah, they do. Look at that.
It goes back to 2015, man. Like, that just, like, there's so much music in this local community out here. Like, and I'm not even like, and this is just in Boston, like, never mind the adjacent cities or adjacent states of New England. It blows my mind when I find a band or I hear a band for the first time that's been around for 16 years or 12 years or 11 years or whatever. And
there's a library to go behind it.
Yeah, and like I never heard them before. You know what? It just blows my mind. So I think I'm going to be looking into more of their stuff because they've got a lot of it here. So good pick, good pick this month, Jeff. So.
Thanks.
Well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will float with the current of our X Factor. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I got to get better at these little things. We got to start doing a lot more of this podcast. I'm shooting from the hip way too much this month. So anyway, we'll be right back. And we're back with our X Factor for July of 2026. This month it was stuff like ocean-ish stuff.
It was travel by sea.
Every time I say boats, I want to say boats and hoes from
sailing.
That brother.
Boats and hoes.
Yeah. But yeah,
prestige
like
worldwide.
Yeah, this was I kind of feel like, well, I don't know. I feel like all of our picks kind of hit the strokes of like shanty.
Yeah. They hit the mark.
Yeah, I think so. We'll start with mine. Mine's a little bit heavier than some. I know a lot of people who listen to this show. There's not a lot of people listen to the show, but I do know a lot of people were into our pirate metal episode. No one ever said that, but I'm making that up as we go. So I decided
we're into our pirate metal episode
to dig back in to the pirate metal genre for this episode specifically.
Trev couldn't wait.
And I wanted to find something that was new, that was coming out. That's, like this was there was 2 singles for this one off of an album that's not out yet. So I decided that's who I was going to go with. The band is called Pirate Queen. And the album is called Traveling Around the World. And so the 2, how come I can't see the track listing here? Because there was 2 songs. There we go. So the two songs that were available right now for their pre-order is Sailing Around the World and William Kidd. Look, this leans into the pirate metal theme like completely. The whole thing. You can't like. I don't even know if like Sailing Around the World is like. And that might just be like. It sounds like a traditional, like, I don't know, swashbuckler song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even. It might be one. It might not be. I don't know. They do what they do well. You know what I mean? I believe like the vocalist, her voice is gorgeous. I might just pick up this on vinyl just to hear her sing, because like she's a really good singer. Very well produced album, or at least these two tracks are very well produced. And I don't know, I can't really lead. So the problem with things like pirate metal is they're everything on their Bandcamp is going to be themed, and like I'm having a hard time reading the blue, the royal blue.
They did do the blue on gray is a little tough to read.
So I mean, both of these tracks are just like, I don't know. I felt like I was on the sea, just sailing across the crazy ocean.
I love the photo of them on the rocks too.
Yeah.
Great.
Singing this song
with the garb.
Yeah. They're very like it's a thing. Pirate metal in general, like everyone who's in it, it seems like they go all out, right? Like they're creating their own lore within the lore of pirates, I think. And I don't know. I loved her voice, and it was something new. I said, let's give this a shot. Now I don't know how popular they are. I have no idea. I don't even know where they're from. But what I do know, because here it says like, hold on, Pirate Queen released their new single, William Kidd, rising from the mythical island of Lixion in the Bermuda Triangle. The band conquers their legendary voyage across the sea. So it's always like, this is like a thing, man.
It's
like,
epic, dude. It's
this
epic.
Is like, I feel like the pirate metal is like going to a Renaissance fair. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
because I love it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're creating more than just music here. You're creating lore. You're creating like a world. Like it's
theater
cool.
for sure. Yeah,
it's cool. Yeah. So that was my pick this month. What did you guys think?
I dug it. I do like it. I like the metal. The vocals. It reminds me of like Evanescence or like Hailstorm. You know what I mean? Very much that
early aughts.
It just has that really strong kind of female presence in there, and the entire band's female. That's what I was seeing here. It's an all female band, and then just to have that pirate feel, that kind of seafaring, just kind of. I've said this before on the other thing, but flavor, this kind of thing that just kind of makes it gives it that feeling, and then add in there the lore, that world they're building. Dude, I really dug this too. This is really, really dope and great musicianship, man. The guitars on this are just absolutely blistering. They're awesome.
Yeah,
I gotta find more about this band.
I think I'm impressed by the whole lore of this. I think the only thing I'll say that I've come around to with pirate metal, I love it. I really do. I think you have to take it at its face as like there's always going to be some of it that it's shtick, like. You know what I mean? Like it's pirate metal. It's always going to be a little bit shtick, right? Like, and so I think as long as you're okay with, it's not something I want to reach for every day, that I'm in the mood for every day, the same way I'm not in the mood to listen to Ghost every day. Right. But it's got that type of theatrics to it, right? Like Ghost does, right?
That's what you grab.
Where it's like, this is a very specific like thing, and it does make me want to. It's theater. It like makes me want to go see them live for the theater of it. I think you said it best, Trev, that it's like a music or a Renaissance. It's like the Renaissance fair, a Ren fair as metal music, you know, but specifically the seafaring type and not the land loving type, of Renaissance fair, right? Like they've
got to have a pirate
slightly different era. Well, I mean, like, and I think the thing we've learned too, because we've now had several bands that do this on the show that we've reviewed as their records on the show that we've reviewed, is that they often do put on quite a show. Like that's the whole point of it, is they're gonna come out on stage dressed in the garb. I mean, come on, what would pirate metal be if they came out dressed in like band t-shirts and like normal, you know? It would not have as much of an impact as a show. So I think it's really cool. I would love to see these guys play, these gals play. It would be a lot of fun. You know, not the type of thing I'm in the mood for all the time, but definitely, like, especially like midsummer, I think this would be like a really fun, like, outdoor show to see.
Yeah.
You know, I think they do what they do incredibly well, and they have a lot of music. They have a big discography on Bandcamp, so you can go check out all of their releases back to 2023.
Nice.
And you can buy a lot of it on physical copies. So one thing I didn't notice was where they actually,
I know,
where they actually hail from. But great. They do it well. So
also I want to say their logo is very much like a 80s metal, like style, like
100%.
Testament, or you know what I mean?
Princess Bride. Yeah.
You know, yeah. So I'll all right, cool.
Well,
Cool. My turn.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. Where is it at? Here it is. All right. Mine is not Pirate Queen, because that's Trev's. Come on, man.
I know what it is because I almost picked the same one.
Yeah. Oh, really?
It's a band called Nautical by Nature. The album's called Boat Show. I mean, obviously we were searching for things, right? It's not like I knew who this band was. So I was just searching. I was looking up all kinds of stuff, dude. I was looking up ship, boat, skiff, raft. I was trying to find all different kinds of ways to travel across the water. And then I saw Boat Show as the album, but I saw the name band Nautical by Nature. I was like, all right, I got to check this out. Even if it's like pirate rap, we're going to listen to this for this month, right? But no, actually it's more folk punk, right? A little bit more kind of bluegrassy folk punk with that like sea shanty tinge to it. And it feels like these guys are super heavily influenced by Dropkick Murphys. Like you can just feel that energy as well.
Celtic almost.
Yes. Yeah. And that kind of shoreman, you know what I mean? Like seafaring, like folk punk. It just feels like that. And one of the things that I realized is it's crazy, especially with the way they play this music on this album. It's crazy to me how I never realized how folk punk really fits seafaring music. Like the style of music fits. Like you could listen to almost any kind of folk punk, close your eyes, and you could see them performing it on the deck of a ship. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it must be the instruments that they're using that kind of lend to that. But like, that's what this feels like. The banjos, the fiddles, the acoustic guitars, the gravelly voice, it all just feels like seafaring. And yeah, I really dug this, dude. So I was excited to bring it along for the round table.
I like this quite a bit. I want to point out that they're
a lot of gang vocals too.
They're from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah.
And it's called Nautical by Nature, right? So like it's just funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you hit all the strings, so to speak, right? Like it's very much folky. It's very much like a punk rock, or I wouldn't go metal, but like a harder rock, right? For like what folk rock would be, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it everything I like in like a folk punk sound. I felt like some of these songs kind of reminded me of the old Edison, maybe not in like their lyrical structure, but like just how it sounded, just like the instruments that they used. This was a good one. I mean, 9 tracks is usually pretty decent, but like I felt like it went by really fast. I want to hear more. I want to see if they have more on their Bandcamp. And they're called Boat Show, right? Yeah, Boat Show.
A Nautical by Nature.
Yeah, Boat Show is the band.
The album. Boat Show's the band.
Boat Show's the band.
Yeah.
Nautical by Nature is the album.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which I feel like Nautical by Nature would be a great band name too. If they wanted to, like, if that was their band name, I'd be stoked. So I actually, Chris, when we go to find our theme for the month, a lot of times, we hit that main page on Bandcamp, or we browse through stuff, and I searched kind of like sailing, boat, seas. Like but what I was doing this month, what I try to do every month is I try to be really adamant about finding stuff that's recent. The one sad thing here, of course, that we know is that this album came out in 2020, and it doesn't look like they've put out anything since, unfortunately. And that always bums me out, because a lot of times I hear stuff I really, really like, and I'm like, the last thing this band put out was in 2016 or 2018, and it always bums me out. It makes me really sad. But I also feel like there's this amazing case study to be had of Bandcamp of like last album graveyard type thing, where like you've got releases on here that sometimes go back 10, 12, 15 years. Or however long Bandcamp's been around, and they're sort of immortalized there, which is really beautiful. But I loved this. You almost hit the nail on the head, Trev, with the old Edison. This immediately out of the gate reminded me of the band Tigerman Woe, which hails from Lynn, Massachusetts, which is one of my favorite local bands for sure. Gritty. The vocals are Tigerman Woe style almost exactly, but that really, really deep gravelly lead singer's vocals. But I loved this. This was easily I'll say right away my favorite of the month. I almost picked this one myself. This one came up when I was searching records, and I was like, oh, this one I like, but it was from 2020. But I was like, let me double check the text, our group text, and make sure nobody else grabbed this one, because I wouldn't be surprised. And then sure enough, I was like, oh, Chris grabbed this one already. He must have searched boat and grabbed the same one.
Exactly.
So I knew right away. But I'm really glad you brought it, because I'm glad we got to talk about it regardless. But just like really fun, exactly what you said, just gritty folk punk that fits the seafaring theme perfectly. And I think I need more of this specific thing in my life, like Celtic tinged nautical folk punk, sea like dark, gritty sea shanty folk punk. Like, just want more of that. But
nice.
Yeah. So I dug this.
What was Matt Trainor's something Banshee? It kind of reminded me of that too. His
Banshee Howl, Banshee's Howl, or something like that was a side project he did. Yeah,
I think what Chris said, like music from the sea kind of runs this kind of Celtic vibe to it all around.
Yeah,
and so
that we're seafaring people for sure.
Yeah.
Loved this. Wish they were still around. Hopefully, maybe they'll come back. Man.
Hopefully they hear this.
Still worth checking out, though. You know what I mean? It's all still worth checking out for sure. Yeah. So my X Factor this month, the one that I finally wound up going with, is a band called Man the Lifeboats, and they put out a track. Looks like it's a collaboration with another band called Quarterman, which also fits the theme in name. But these guys hail from London. The original London in the UK, and they this is a single called The Apothecary. It's a little bit on the long side. It was a little bit on the long side for me, and while I was listening to it, Trev, I was like, I don't know. Trev's very particular about song lengths. It's either got to be short enough or long enough, but sometimes in between, I feel like Trev doesn't like it. But I was chuckling about that. But I love this. It's a sort of it's got a vaudevillian folk punk vibe to me that is almost, it's theatrical in nature. I could see this being performed on stage as a sort of Rocky Horror-esque or Little Shop of Horrors-esque type of darkly humorous kind of tune. And it's in my interpretation kind of an actually like a folky trad take on the modern pharmaceutical industry and addiction and drug addiction and how we rely on chemicals and how there's sort of a double standard for what makes an addict versus what makes, an athlete, or what makes an addict versus what makes a drug dealer versus what makes a pharmaceutical CEO, I loved that theme in the lyrics. Like I said, it's a long tune, but it's about 5.5 minutes long. But I love this.
15 seconds.
Oh, that's okay. All right. Okay. I was a little under.
I was keeping track.
Yeah. It's a long tune. I'm kidding. Again, it lends itself to like being performed on as part of a stage play. I could see it being part of a story told on stage, but, I'm very curious to dig into these guys a little bit. This is the primary band is called Man the Lifeboats, which is why I chose this track. They're a UK based kind of trad folk band. I don't know that I'd call it folk punk, although they don't really have, they kind of have an alt folk. They do have folk punk as one of their tags, but
I think alt folk is a good
alt folk, indie folk type thing. It's got a darkness to it I really liked. It's not quite a spooky gothic vibe like you'd get with a Bridge City Sinners type of thing. It's definitely more traditional than that, but I really dug this. So I'd like to hear, I'm anxious to hear a little bit more from them. They have a few other releases on Bandcamp that I think I'm going to dive into. So
yeah, man. I think you hit it. Like the theatrical part of that is definitely what I got from it too. And it's like, it's blatant storytelling. It's not subtle, and I'm saying like, there's no, like what I mean by that is like, sometimes you'll hear a song and you'll have to really listen to like hear that there's a story going on, but this is like straightforward. Like this is, we have a story to tell and here you go. I like it. I like this a lot. 6:15 is fine. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Yeah, I know. I was into it. I'm with you, Jeff. I think there's more to it. I think I want to go and I want to listen to more of their stuff to try to get more of that vibe. I bet you. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't have theatrics with their live performance if they do a live performance, right? Because it's just. Right. It's just like, again, it's straight up like, I mean, you could just sing these songs and have a play go on in front of you. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel like that's how like blatant with the storytelling is, and it's good. I think I like that. I like that direct style. So, yeah, I think alt folk is a good term for them, like you had said. I definitely want to check out more. I've got it. Like they got a weird thing. Whenever they have a photo with a human in it, it seems to be either layered or blurry, and I don't.
It's like a multiple exposure type thing. They have on their cover.
Like their like tag photo up top. You know what I mean? Their banner photo, and then like the album is it an album? Yeah, the album before the song before that came out. It's the same kind of like, it's like got like something like you can't really make out, which I kind of like. I think there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but I think if I keep listening, I'll figure it out,
Dude, I enjoyed this a lot. So there's something about the sound of it. It wasn't like the content, because obviously the content, like you were talking about, Jeff, lends more towards like this commentary on pharmaceutical industries. And I guess maybe you could look at it that way back in the day, but it for me, it was like if I closed my eyes, I could see this performer on like the soot-covered streets of Victorian England at the turn of the century. Like it felt like that era, especially when it did that change up, right? Like there's this change up that comes into what's playing, like, and you ever hear the song by the Beatles called Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite? If you've not, go back and listen to it and you'll see what I mean. There's the music that plays almost has like a theatrical, almost like a circus, like a calliope almost kind of thing. You know what I mean? And when this started happening, I was like, ooh, this feels very exactly what you guys said, theatrical. This feels like this should be on a stage. I really dug this. It was a lot of fun. And like you, Trev, it's one of those things that makes me want to be like, all right, what else is there? What else does this band have with this artist? Because this is great. I loved it.
I'm on their website right now, and they have something called Gig History, and it's basically a photo or flyer from each show they've done.
Oh, that's cool. Every band should do that. Make your own archive. That's amazing.
So they're at let's see. It looks like 141. They're up to 140. Oh no, 140. And then this one's like this is how you book them kind of thing. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm on their website. I'm going to check it out. They've got a Patreon. So, you know, find that and check them out there too. That'd be a good way to support more bands need to have Patreon. I think that would help out tremendously, you know? So there's a few out there that do it, and I'm, you know, I lend my couple dollars every month to it. And, yeah, no, these guys, I mean, every photo, man, it looks like it's like the best time in the world too. I'm into it. So, yeah, those were good picks. Good picks. So, you guys want to take a quick break? And we'll come back. We'll sail off into the sunset. Ha!
Hey, 3 for 3. We'll be right back.
All right. It's time to go. Ooh, Modelo. You are on the beach right now, you know. Oh man, this was a fun episode.
Brought to you by.
Yeah. This was a fun episode.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, they're always fun, but like, you know, being able to revisit pirate metal was. I mean, I just needed a reason, I guess, you know. So, but let's talk about what were our favorite picks from this month. Jeff, what were yours? What was yours?
Mine was, as I mentioned, Chris's pick, Nautical by Nature, the record by the band Boat Show. Sad these guys don't seem to be doing anything right now, but this was a great pick. It's a great album to listen to. Definitely worth checking out. I had a lot of fun with this. I'd like to hear more from them or see them live. I dug this. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Chris?
Mine was it was hard to pick because there's so much good music this month, but the Farewell Drugs, dude, I really liked that. I really liked that, like, Rainbow Room, LA in the 80s feel to that. I mean, at least that's what I got from it, and I really, really dug it. So yeah,
Jesse, I was feeling gonna love what you just said. Like
the Farewell Drugs, dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just feels like that era, dude. Like you could look down the bar and see Lemmy Kilmister sitting down there drinking his rum and coke while he's watching somebody just rip it up on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pick my own, but Nautical by Nature was fucking awesome. Again, all the picks were great, I think, in their own ways. But like, I think repeatability for me, I listened to that one 2 or 3 times today. So, you know, I think, it's a bummer that these guys aren't doing their thing anymore. Hopefully we can, you know, coerce them back into a show. We'll have them sail out here from Indiana.
Imagine if the Struggling Artist podcast was responsible for restarting a band. That would be our
we restarted an artist, right?
I mean,
we did. Yeah. Tyler Seaton, right? He started over. Like, he wasn't doing anything, and then I had him on, and then now he's still doing his thing.
We talked about his album,
I didn't
and he
even
was
know
like,
that.
"Oh man." He got inspired to get back into it.
We talked about his album that time, and then I had him on. And then so I don't know. I mean, I'll take.
I did not even know this.
I don't think we influence anything, but I'll take credit for every band that's come back because we've talked about them. So,
but I feel like we talked about the Ducky Boys enough that maybe we had an influence.
Yeah, something like that. So. Yeah. All right. So I don't know what's next. What's next month's pick? What do you guys want to do?
Aliens.
Aliens. Don't we have done? I know we've done cryptoids, right?
Aliens. I'm gonna go with analog horror.
Oh,
analog horror.
Yeah,
I like that.
What is that? Like, what does that mean?
Like
as far as music.
Like the pick I brought several months back called Behold. That was from Brooklyn, but he made like Appalachian, 80s synth banjo stuff. That's leaning into that world. Analog horror would be like dark synth stuff that you'd see in like an 80s horror movie or a modern horror movie that like The Backrooms.
Sure.
Like the soundtrack to The Backrooms, which I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen yet, but I want to see it.
We won't ask Chris about that movie.
Chris, you seen it yet?
Oh, yeah. Chris saw it. Yeah.
Did you not like it?
I have opinions, and I'm not like I want people to watch it first. Okay, I want people to watch it first, and then I want them. I think it's
really cool that I think it's really cool that guy was like an indie dude who did a project on YouTube, and then it became an actual Hollywood movie. Like that's pretty cool.
The YouTube videos are like I only saw the first 3. There's like 12, but they're really dope. The first one was awesome. Like it was just so good. But yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm like I've got thoughts on it, and anybody that wants to talk about it, I'm happy to.
All right, so
I just have this thing about with horror movies, like when there's a short film that's really good in horror, whenever they try to make a feature out of it, it just doesn't work.
I mean, it worked with When a Stranger Calls. That was one of the first home invasion babysitter with Carol Kane. That was a short first. You can watch the short on YouTube too.
Yeah. Really? From like the 70s?
Yep. Wow. He was an indie director, like fresh out of college. That was his movie. But anyway, my suggestion for our poll for next month: analog horror.
Analog horror.
Love it.
What was yours?
Aliens.
Aliens. Analog horror.
Have we had aliens before?
No, we had cryptids. And we had an alien album, right? Wasn't that like an Appalachia alien album that one of you guys
Yes,
brought?
That was Behold. That was the one I brought.
Nice.
Yeah.
Stranger Things feel.
Yep, aliens. Exactly. We have analog horror. God damn it. You guys have such good picks that I'm like, coffee. You know what I mean? Like,
I love coffee.
I love coffee too, but like, yeah. All right. We're going to go Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh, I like that theme.
That might win. That one might win.
It's a fun theme.
Considering our listener base, which is small. That might win.
Yeah. That's what I'm picking. Only because I've been listening to these like these audiobooks called Dungeon
Crawler Carl.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the big out book right now. It's the rave. It got optioned for TV now. It's gonna have a series.
I have a love-hate relationship with it, and I can't stand the fandom. I wrote one thing on Threads, and these fucking people came from my head.
Oh, gee.
I was like, whatever.
Oh, God, dude.
One guy was like, why don't you finish book 3 and then come back and tell us? I'm like, I didn't tell you the first time. You fucking found me, dude. Relax. There's more to life than those fucking books. Anyway, yeah.
It's like the new Harry Potter. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. What do we all right, so upcoming shows? Anybody got anything to promote or not Dungeon Crawl?
We're a little ways off next month. We got a few good shows in August. I'm playing at the Sill with Massive Nightmares on Wednesday, August 12th.
Hey, I love those guys. Shared my audiobook too, man. That was really cool of them.
Yeah, Trev and I are also participating in Mia Culpa's songwriter night at the Midway Cafe, which is going to be on Monday, August 24th.
Nice. 24th,
and then we have a banger of a show at Faces on August 29th. It's a Saturday.
We can't announce it yet. We got.
Yeah, we can when this airs. We definitely can.
Oh, okay.
We got a banger lineup August 29th Saturday with In the Meantime, Lesser Devils. C.E. Skidmore and the Damn Fine Band, and Jeff Bousquet and the Raging Sea, which will be the first full band show that I've ever played. So we're stoked on that. Yeah, we're stoked about that show. It'll be a fun time.
What's the date again? Wait, what is it?
That is Saturday, August 29th at Faces.
If I could pull that off.
You should. I got that whole week off, Chris, if you're looking for a vacation week.
We should also mention that the Old Edison
Yeah, no.
Is
that was what I was going to mention.
Playing a reunion show with Trophy Lungs at Faces as well, and that is on Sunday, July 26th. So definitely check that one's going to be.
Is that a matinee?
It's a matinee. It's at 3 p.m. It's going to be incredible.
Cannot wait. I cannot wait for that show. Like, I am so excited. I'm as excited for that show as I was to see the Ducky Boys in Blood for Blood this year. So, like, this has just been a fucking ongoing an onslaught of reunion shows for me this past year. Yeah, I can't wait for that one. I really can't. And and then we'll have an episode pretty soon, I think, with at least with Will Good of the Old Edison. So
hell yeah,
look forward to that too in the upcoming weeks. But Chris,
is Yelling at Clouds going to be public or Patreon?
So, all right. Yeah. So let's talk about that real quick. So Chris and I are starting a new podcast called Yelling at Clouds, where two old men, Chris and I, we take a
talk about topics that are happening in current events.
It's probably going to be like one topic a week, and we're going to give our.
I say we each bring one, and then we each bring one and decide which one we want to talk about.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, and then we're going to talk about it and wave our fist at the sky and fucking
get our day.
Yeah, exactly. So
get off my lawn, kid.
So here's the deal. That's going to be a Patreon exclusive, but it's going to be but it's going to start at the free level. So if you join the Patreon at the free level, you get early episodes of the podcast, which I think is a pretty cool benefit to have. For all you have to do is sign up.
Joining for free.
You don't pay anything. You don't do any of that. And then you'll get other things too from time to time on the free one. But this show is going to be Patreon exclusive, but it's going to be for free members and on up. So come check us out. Come give us a listen, but you're going to have to sign up to be part of it. And maybe we'll do when people sign up, Chris, we'll do like a grumpy old man shout out to him or something. Like we'll do like a quick nonsense roast, not like real insult. Just like we'll just roast real quick about something like ridiculous that we know nothing about the person, right? So we'll just be like, oh yeah, this guy, I remember him from the 70s, even though I was born in 81. Like we'll do something like that. But so check that out. Head over to patreon.com/podcast TSA. The fees start at free and they go up to $5. So, I mean, yeah. So, and,
free 99, baby.
Free 99.
All right.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next month. See ya.